Hey, Saber Cats fans, at this time, let's drop it down to our in-game stadium host reveal.
It's really lagging feed here. I don't know if it's my internet connection or if it's them, but it's a pretty bad feed. So far, no lineup sheets. They didn't make them available to us. I messaged both Rock teams via Instagram. Did not get lineup sheets. I don't imagine I know they're probably both dressing like 30 guys, so being a preseason game, they're probably going to get as many looks as they can. So if any of you guys are watching live and you need a live link, it's underneath it. You can go ahead and click on it. You can watch along with me. This lagging feed that they seem to have for us, but you know what? It's a preseason game's first game, so if there's any type of tomfoolery, I'm sure they'll get it cleared out. But yeah, anybody? Yeah, got the white kit on tonight, man. God, it looks clean as. I'm ready. And hopefully you guys don't mind me eating while I'm watching. Because it is dinner time here.
What's up, man? So excited for the Saber Cats season. I know it's cold outside. Music will really keep you hot. We got this new dance called the Shiver. It goes like this. It's cold outside. Just do this. It'll warm you up kind of quick. Give us a great season. Please, guys, don't forget Houston Sabercats. Tag us on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and TikTok. All right, we're ready. We're here. All right, we're going to do our game ball presentation now. Back up to you, Drew.
So we're not getting any visual right now. And there goes the internet connection. Let's see. Excited as about this, guys. You have no idea. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm gonna grab a piece of gum in just a moment, guys. I think they're playing Billie Eilish right now. I'm sure my kiddo would know all about it, but not me. Oh man, I already got my spam messages. Spam messages!
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the Saber Cats would like to introduce to the pitch Kakoa Granados, the director of the Saber Cats' new promotional team, Cats Crew. Cats Crew is the official entertainment team of the Houston Sabercats, the first of its kind in the MLR. Cats Crew is composed of energetic and professional men and women who represent the Sabercats positively at all home games, events, and throughout the community. So fans, please welcome to the field for tonight's game ball delivery presented by Keating Toyota. Cats Crew.
Yeah. Gotta get this lag fixed out the feed. It's pretty bad. It's pretty jumpy. I thought it was just me, but no, I think it's everybody that's getting a real bad drag with it. The little mascot running off. Yeah, there's like nobody there. It looks like this is considered a cold night in Texas, so a lot of people didn't make it out because it's probably too cold. Pitch looks great, though. It's usually soggy down there in Houston, but it looks like it is in pretty good shape, so hopefully we get some lineups here and get some of these guys and figure out what's what. Pretty sure Alex Tucci will be starting on that front row. Todd Glebe will probably be out there starting. I don't know who will be our starting fly half, scrum half. Maybe Carlo will probably start at fly half or scrum half. Yeah, we'll just kind of have to see who all they put out on the pitch for the game, guys. Ooh. Oh, right on. I don't think I've ever actually been to California before. So, how was it? How was Monrovia? Was it like Arcadia or anything else out that way, or is it? Yeah, probably about the same, I imagine. And of course, here we go with the lack of feed here. Damn, I had a lot of spam fucking messages on there. Jesus Christ. Which SANZ replay are you watching? Like, which one is it? I'm just curious because they play a lot. They play each other quite a bit, it seems. So. We're just a couple of minutes away from kickoff. Kickoff is, I think, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time here in Texas, because they're in Texas too.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise for the singing of our national anthem, which will be performed by
My hair looks great. Yeah, gotta stand for the anthem when you live in Texas. Michael Jackson being played in the background. At least it's not country music. It's usually what they play at these type of things down here, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you welcome the Dallas Jackals to the pitch.
Oh, hey, whoever the Tucci is, I guess you're Alex, probably related to Alex, I imagine. Oh, here they come out to the pitch. Oh, I should have wore my blacks. They got their blacks on, man. It's a horrible feed, but it's great. It's a lagging feed. God, man, they look so good. I'm so proud of these guys. I'm so excited. Alex's dad. Hey, yeah, you've got a keen son there. He's very, very nice. Only guy I've gotten an interview with so far, and he's been like he was the nicest guy through all of it. Like, I can't wait to actually meet him next weekend. So hopefully I can get a couple of the other guys to do interviews. But yeah, Alex was a very, very interesting guy. And like I said, just being from the boogie down Bronx, I already knew what I was in for. My ex-wife was actually from the Bronx. If you look under the description on my video, it's underneath it. You'll see Preseason Action Live, and there should be the YouTube link underneath it. It's a pretty lagging feed, but it's a feed nonetheless. So, like, it keeps going in and out and choppy and everything. So I'm sure they'll get it figured out. Yeah, like I've got nothing now. It's not me either. It might be. Oh, man. Yeah, so it's not just me, it's everybody. They're losing their feed. It's also Houston and it's wintertime and, it's probably soggy and cold and they'll get it figured out. They always do. So the first ever MLR game I ever went to was Houston Sabercats. So, yeah. We'll definitely have a drink together. I don't drink alcohol, but I'll have a Shirley Temple or two with you. But definitely, yeah, excited to meet everybody and families and all that kind of stuff, man. That's the thing about rugby is it's a very family thing. I discovered that living overseas when I did and following the sport there, and then coming here and being so excited when we were going to get a team, and then there was the delay for the year. And not even knowing Alex was going to end up on the club because he was still playing for Utah at the time. And then he got injured, and then COVID happened, and now he's here, and he's just trying to get his feet back underneath him and really establish himself as a solid front row guy. And I'm hoping that this is his opportunity to do that, to really establish himself as a force. because he seems like he's got his head in the right place. He's got the spirit to keep doing it. So, you know, I've got no doubt that he should have, you know, he's got some good, solid guys around him, too. Another guy on the front row with a lot of premiership experience. I'm sure he can learn from that as well. And just a lot of guys in that locker room are just young and they're hungry and they're wanting to win. And that's what we need. We need young, hungry guys. It's going to be a bit weird this season, especially playing Houston. This team has got probably 24, you know, Super Rugby caps on their roster. It's just a lot of South African guys. I'm not seeing anywhere else to watch it. The only place I've seen is the YouTube feed. It's not on like the MLR app or anything like that. I'm sure they're going to get it fixed. It just takes a minute, man. It's preseason. It's the first game of the year. You know, you're going to have all these bugs that they've got to sort out. So let me see if there is another channel. Let me just double check here just to make sure. Nope, that's that. No, it's the only feed I have is that one. And it's not really looking all that good right now. The people in Afrikaans making comments already is hilarious. If you're watching the live feed here, yes, Kaka is the same thing in Afrikaans. Yeah, it's down for everybody, I think, right now. Even like people thought it was maybe an overseas thing, and it's like, no, I'm here in Texas, and it's down for me too. So I'm about 4.5, 5 hours north of where this actually is. So I think it's down for everyone online right now. I appreciate everybody that's kind of checking in. I'm wondering if they're thinking, oh, hey, maybe he's got it. I'm on the same feed a lot of you guys are on. I've got a laptop next to me. I'm talking to you through my phone. And I'm just kind of in the dark just like everyone else. I'm just trying to be patiently optimistic about the whole situation. So yeah, it's only on the Cats channel. It's not on the Jackals channel at all. This is all being carried by Houston. So, you know, just kind of the waiting game. I mean, it's not as bad for those of us that pay like the absorbent amounts of money to watch through Flow Rugby, to watch like Curry Cup or internationals, and then it busts out in the middle of the game, and it's like I paid $150. Like 140 for the year or something to watch this, and this is what you're doing to me. Like, what kind of crap is that? But yeah, there's nothing. There is no feed. At least I say garbage. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm missing it. We're all missing it. Everybody who's out here on YouTube land, we're all missing the game. Yeah, you'd think so too. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's quite a bitload of money getting pumped into Houston, and you know, if you see the money that's being pumped into Austin and LA, Jesus. But I will say this: any of you guys who haven't been to Houston, that is by far the nicest stadium. Yeah, man. ¿Qué tal? For the people from Argentina, hola, ¿qué tal? Oh my God. Do you? I don't even know, man. I can't do Boy George's voice. I mean, I live in Denton, Texas, so I live about, I don't know, maybe like, we measure everything in time here, not distance, so I'll try to do distance, and I'm not really keen on miles. So I live maybe 45 miles north of the stadium, 50 miles north of the stadium. It takes about like an hour drive to get there from where I live. I live in a little town called Denton. It's a college town, so yeah. Alex is staying in, I think, Arlington or Fort Worth. Arlington is where the stadium is. I've seen the apartments they're in. They're in like premium apartments. Oh, wait. Do we hear? Oh my God, we have it. So yes, an hour north of Arlington, and we have it, and then it's frozen, and then we have it, and it's freezing. Okay. Oh, come on, at least put like a score sheet or something up for us. Oh man. Whew. Yeah, it's pretty bad. They're gonna clean it up, trust me. It's not gonna stay like that. Yeah. It'll get better, I promise, Nate. It's just they're gonna work the kinks out, trust me. Like I've done this every year, and it's always really bad at first, and then it gets better as it goes along, because they'll start working the kinks out and whatnot, and we'll be able to get an update with scores. Oh, I mean, are they even playing yet? Or are they still just doing warm-ups? No? I don't know. I see, like, coaches out on the pitch, so I don't even know if they're actually playing, or is it still warming up? Yeah, I couldn't even get a starting lineup out of anybody. Like, I wanted to get the lineup sheets. I messaged both parties and never got a response back. So, we'll see how everything goes, man. So, Nate, if you haven't gone any of my background videos, man, I actually was in the ice hockey world for a really long time, and you kind of talk about the quality. Okay, joint practice and then the game. Okay, some good training sessions to get everybody warmed up. And you kind of talk about like living in Canada and living in America and the level of ice hockey, and then you go to a place like New Zealand or Australia, and it's like the level of ice hockey there is quite a fall. So it's kind of like, I had done a rant a few months back whenever the USA was playing Canada up in Nova Scotia, or I think they were in St. John's up in Newfoundland, and it like looked like they were playing in somebody's backyard, and it was a Rugby World Cup qualifier, and I was just kind of like bummed out about the overall quality there of what we were getting for potential going to the World Cup thing. But 2 15-minute periods, okay, interesting. If anybody had paid attention earlier, like Seattle did a friendly or was in the middle of it, and they beat the brakes off of the guys they were playing. It wasn't even close. And then I just found out today that, oh, thank you. Yeah, it's the white one. That Austin and LA were both doing, like, Austin was doing their training camp in California. They weren't even doing it here in Texas, which I guess, like I said, it makes sense that their owner owns both teams. So I know that the Jackals have been doing theirs here at the stadium. If any of you guys saw me on Instagram, I had to go over there and get tested for COVID, and I just like took a picture of the outside of the stadium. It's absolutely beautiful. I used to go there for baseball games. I was a big Dodgers guy, so I would go when the Dodgers would come to play the Rangers. and it's a great stadium. You know, I've gone inside since they've redone it because I had to get my season tickets and whatnot. And it's a perfect stadium for rugby. Absolutely just beautiful pitch. It's a synthetic grass, but it's like that turf, so it's not like the thin stuff. It looks like it has that feel and look of real grass. So it's not going to be like Atlanta where you're going to have dudes busting their, tearing their MCLs and ACLs on it because there's just no give to it. So. Mr. Tucci, where do you live? Do you live in Florida or do you live in New York? Yes, I'm drinking Big Red. Tastes like bubble gum. It's really bad for me, but you know what? It's Friday night or Saturday night, you know. Live a little, I had a sandwich. Got some cinnamon roll action here. Oh wow, really? Dude, it's really cool to see the Argentinians come up here and play, man. Like, I've done a little bit of rant about that too with like all the demise of Super Rugby and how I feel like the biggest collateral damage in all of that was Argentina, man. Like, they were really disappointing in the last World Cup. Hate to say it. I thought they were going to do a lot better than that they did. I've had a lot of respect for that team. I love Pablo Matera. I love all those guys. Okay, Harrison. Okay, Harrison, New York. But I've always just had a great respect. Alejandro Torres. Okay. Yeah, I've always thought, you know, that they've had a really good program down there in Argentina. I've been for a game there, and I remember the bit of Spanish that I thought I knew. Yeah, it helped me none there because, like, I've learned Castilian, like Mexican Spanish, and it was just kind of like people just looked at me like kind of funny and. Like I can speak a bit, like, you know, hola, que tal, como ben, all that kind of stuff, and it was just kind of like, yeah. I do a braai. I don't do a barbecue. I do braai. Yeah, I had mentioned to Alex. So like I was married before, and my ex-wife was from the Bronx. She was from City College. She was Dominican. So yeah. So it was kind of always you know, the boogie down Bronx. I have a lot of friends in like Bayside, Astoria, Queens. I've spent a lot of time in the city, and it's definitely an exciting place and a really interesting little world to be in if you've ever been. So something about New York. It's just very New York. Although I feel like it's changing a lot now, like down to like, you know, what used to be the Bowery, and it's all, you know, NYU Village kids, and it's just like, nah, man, it used to be grimy from what everybody would tell me and everything back in the day. You meet like the older guys that'll tell you about the Deuce when it was the Deuce back in the day, and you're just like, man, that's like scary but cool, you know. So I got a buddy that does walking tours there in New York City now, and that's what he does is he takes people around. It's like, oh, you see this fancy restaurant that used to be a drug house, and like, you know, just kind of bringing in tourists and showing them what old New York used to be like back in the day, like the blackouts and the riots, and just, you know, Mayor Ed Koch. How am I doing? You know, that kind of stuff, and you know, it's still there, but it's just a little harder to look when you go, I think, now. but a lot of people have left. A lot of people I know from Long Island, they left. They moved to like Vermont, or they moved to Connecticut, or they moved here. They moved to Florida, everywhere. So it's just not the, you know. Yeah, still nothing. But I guess since they're training, it's not really much. I thought the game was going to start at 7. I was excited. I had it set up, but hopefully we'll get the feed going again and we can at least see the guys out on the pitch, see what they're doing. I'm really, really wondering about a few of our key positions. We don't have any super tall guys, so like our lock positions, I think we've got like a 6'6" guy. But you know, I'm used to seeing those 6'7", 6'8" locks, and I don't really see a lot of that. Like we have a couple of taller guys that are playing at that 4 and 5 lock position. We're solid on our first and third rows. We have plenty of loose forwards. We have good, ample number 8s, hookers, props, everything. We're ample in those positions. We have a really, really keen guy at fullback. I'm getting your comment now, Swanee. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. Yeah, you've commented under it. I can see it. What are you doing up at this hour? That's your bedtime, young man. Isn't it like 3-something in the morning in South Africa right now? I agree, Nate. Yeah, it's definitely when they started bringing these guys in, I was looking at it, and it was like you had some veteran guys, you know, especially at fullback, they've got a guy with like over 150 premiership caps. But it's like, I'm trusting the process. Okay. I'm wondering if that's also because I'm doing the live through my phone. Maybe it's acting that. I agree. I think this year it's going to be Houston's going to definitely make the biggest change, I think, this year. Bringing in the coaching staff and the players that they've brought in, Heineke Meyer at the helm. He's definitely going to, I think, clean that program up a lot. I think Austin's going to get better. Jesus. Little boy was 10 pounds. If they switch to the Facebook stream, I am in bad business because I do not have a Facebook. I refuse to get on Facebook. It's just not keen to it. So if that happens, we shall see what happens here. Let me see if I can get on their Facebook page, because I don't have a Facebook. Oh, is it going to let me do it? Come on, boys, come on. No, I'm not logging in. I don't have an account. Okay, I am on their Facebook right now, and I'm trying to see if it's on there. Come on, maybe? If anybody's getting it on their Facebook, I just don't see it. I'm on their Facebook right now, and I'm wondering if it's like it's going to take a minute for them to get the feed set up over there. And if it is, I'll punch the link in, guys, for it. I'll put it in the chat. It doesn't look like you have to have a Facebook account to watch it. Like, I'm not signed in. I don't have a Facebook account. I'm just not keen on it anymore. It's just not my forte anymore. So I gave up Facebook probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So it's just not my thing anymore. So. Damn, they charge $12 to park tonight? Isn't that some crap? Like, there's nobody there. I wonder if I refresh, if it'll pop up here. So if they're away and I can get the feed, I will. I am going to be in Austin for their opening game on the 4th. The 4th or 5th or whatever date it is. I've already got a hotel booked. I'm driving down to Austin for that first road game not next weekend, the following weekend. If they're on the road and I'm at home and I can get a feed, yes, I'll do live broadcasts for these guys just because it's my local team. And I'm just trying to help the sport grow here as much as I can. Everybody, you've heard my background living overseas and everything, and my background is I've always just been, a massive fan of the sport, especially more as I've gotten older and, having conversations with certain gentlemen. It's just kind of something that about my pride and my nationality and things like that. I always want to be very, very comfortable and always kind of carry that. And, that's something that I hold on very true to is rugby, because being South African, it's something that you can be very, very proud of. And, I am a native of north of the border, but, yeah, I'm American now. So this is, very, very proud of this game. So there's actually an app that they broadcast the game. I think they might tape them and then later show them, or some of them you get live. The Rugby Network, TRN, the Rugby Network app is who does a lot of that here domestically. So that's how you can watch their games. I know a lot of South African guys are probably going to start paying attention a lot more this year because of, we've got heaps of South Africans here this year. This is the most South African it's ever been. So, and you will not hear a complaint from me about that. I have regularly said how I just think that the South African style of rugby is the best style of rugby to me. It's just grinding it down, just set pieces. It's I think it was said best by the coach. You cut them, and eventually they will crumble. And that's what you need. You need the structure. Let's go back over here to Facebook and see if they finally decide to put it up on here. And they have not. Okay. Some of the comments on their live feed are quite. I get it. It's hey, I'm glad I'm sitting alone at home. I didn't have people come over. Hey, let's watch rugby, and then this happens. Yeah, it's quite embarrassing. I'm sure for a lot of parents who are wanting to see their kids out on the pitch tonight, this is probably quite, But I appreciate everybody kind of hanging out and chit-chatting with me while they figure this out. I know it's not the greatest, but they're not playing. Nobody's playing yet. They're doing a 30-minute training sessions, 15 minutes. They're just the feed that we did get in for a moment was them doing like a light scrimmage, basically. Not like the pregame trainings, like there was a little bit more contact than that, but it was just them kind of getting out on the pitch and just getting comfortable, I guess. So the issue that I do have with the MLR is not all the teams use real grass. Houston does use real grass. That is a real grass pitch out there. It's absolutely cool. It's soggy as hell because it's Houston and it's just so humid and damp all the time, so it gets pretty muddy out there. But like, they had a Fijian fullback there for quite a few years who was an Olympian gold medalist on their sevens team, and when that guy would get it open, it was just like you could just, it just sounded like he was just walking on, like running on cotton, dude, as he was running down the pitch. It was beautiful. But, yeah, game hasn't started yet. I think they're going to play like a 30-minute scrimmage game or 40-minute scrimmage game. And it's like, I'm hearing all kinds of stuff, so... Dude, people talking cack over on... This is why I don't have Facebook, man, because people do nothing but talk cack on it, man. They talk crap on it the whole time, man. Dude, talking about the Dallas Goldilocks finally showing up. Can't get their coach because he can't get a visa, man. Dude, we're in the middle of a pandemic, man. A pandemic. Have a heart. That guy's an Australian coach, man. I mean, you know... I don't know if I have any Aussies watching, but... I mean... Get a South African coach. Oh, you know what? I'll take Michael Chikla. I'll take Michael Chikla as the head coach of the Dallas Jackals, and I'm sure my Argentinian followers would be like, yes, sir. I will take Michael Chikla as the head coach. Yes, give me Michael Chikla. The first actual game is February. Let me get my calendar out here, if I can even figure it out on this computer. Let me see if I can figure this out. February 5th, so it's 2 days from today is their very first game. They're playing at Austin. I will be at that game. They're playing the Gilgronis. This is Kurt Marath. This is all Wapa. Wapa McIntosh, the former All Black. They got a couple of former ABs on their team. Sam Harris is their head coach. They erroneously keep calling him an Aussie, I guess because he played there, but, like, dude, like, listen to that guy talk. That guy's a Kiwi, man. He's not an Aussie. He's a Kiwi. Sam Harris is from New Zealand, but... I'm a Colorado Avalanche fan, formerly a Quebec Nordiques fan. So that's how I ended up as an Avalanche fan, because I was a Nordiques fan. Oh, yeah, you play hockey. I forgot. Yeah, Alex was telling me his dad plays hockey. Yeah, I played myself as well, man. So, did a little bit of coaching as well. But, yeah, Austin, they're owned by the same guy that owns the league championship from League Champions. That's why there's the Giltinis and the Gilgronis. It's the same guy. Gilchrist is who owns him. He's an Aussie guy. And he's pumping in heaps coin into the program. Yeah, everybody's like, I'm trying to watch my kid play or my nephew, and it's like, I understand, man. Yes, yeah, that's so the other guy that I'm talking to, Swanee, is one of the guys. The guy that I interviewed, it's his dad. He plays ice hockey. Yeah. Field hockey's not very big here. Guild champion, yes, the Guild champions, the best team money can buy. They're like the RC Toulon or the Racing 92 of the MLR. or the Saracens of the LR. God, I hate the Premiership. I'm sorry, I hate the Premiership. It's just not very good to me. Yeah, URC came back with the 4 Safa teams this weekend. Marnie Stern playing both Bulls games. Because that guy, I don't know why he stepped back from international test rugby. That guy can still do it. Like, he still can do it at that age. He's still... We saw, what Franz did with the cheetah. The guy can still do it, man. Like, it's not even like Dwayne Vermeulen. It's not like, oh, they've gotten a little older. No, dude, they still play like amazing in their mid-30s, It's just like, wow. But yeah, it's good to see rugby coming back, man. I really hope the URC, goes back to normal and we get to see some of these South African teams play the Northern Hemisphere teams. I'm still a Bulls guy, but man, I still think the Sharks are going to be. Their defense was really bad this week, the other day, but I think they're going to be a tough team, man. Especially if Coetzee comes back. They're going to be a tough team to beat, man. But the Stormers didn't do too bad either, man. I mean, Kitsoff was on his game, it seemed, and it's just like, hey. So it really seems the only team that's kind of struggling a bit is really the Lions, They don't really have the same stars that everyone else has, but, the Sharks are probably the RC Toulon or Racing 92 of South Africa. They're buying all the best players, but that's just the way it goes sometimes when you have money in this game. And we could go on a whole rant about how Look, Swanee, I have a laptop here that, I still do not know how to use. That's why I haven't done, an intro for my videos or anything yet, because I am not PC savvy whatsoever. I'm not a computer guy. I can make Excel spreadsheets, I can do all that stuff, but I can't, making videos, dude, I'm just not, savvy with any of that stuff. I have a green screen that I've yet to even use. I have all kinds of lighting at the house, and I don't use any of it yet. It's I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm actually most comfortable just doing everything on my phone. Man, Fuff the Clerk would be, if he came to America, that's like David Beckham coming and playing for the Galaxy, man. That would be one of the biggest names. That would be the biggest name to ever play that. People will say, oh, what about Mao Nonu? Nah, man, Fuff the Clerk, man. He's way bigger than that right now, and I don't think, I remember maybe a few years back, Lima Sapawanga had just come to go play for Wasps in the Premiership, and he was doing a live Q&A, and I shot him a question hey, Lima, would you ever come and play in America? And his answer hurt my heart so bad, and he was yeah, if I was a burnout. I was just no. He's if I was washed up, I'd come play there. I'm no, Lima, don't say that, man. He's yeah, if I was washed up, I'd go there. Just man, maybe we'll get Maybe we'll get a 38-year-old Evidence to come and play. Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, I watched a bit of the Rangers last night or the night before. They were playing Toronto, and they put it on them. And it was a very one-sided game. There you go. No, I don't want to sign up for Facebook. Oh, that's a guarantee. Yeah, we're definitely going to come out to dinner. Yeah, definitely. All right, I'm going to put a pause on this, guys. I will go back live whenever we get finally a feed going. And if you guys want to come back and hang out, that's cool. I'm just going to kind of let this sit off to the side and see what is going on. I've got the sound on and just kind of relax and kind of chill out. If it kicks back on, I'll jump back on live. I appreciate everybody for coming out. Nate, all those guys, man, muchas gracias. I appreciate it, man. Everybody, Mr. Tucci, Swanee, everybody. But I'm going to kill this for a moment. Like I said, I'll jump back on if it comes back on. Yes, I love to eat, man. I love to eat.